Germany. I have this friend that I had already as a guest a few weeks ago, and I want to bring him back in because I think it's really important to hear his personal opinion. And I would like to verify some very gruesome information that I'm receiving from Germany about this new flux of supposed to be refugees. His name is Jorg from Hamburg. Jorg, are you there?
Oh yes, I'm here. Hello, Luca.
Okay,
nice to be here once again. Thanks so much. I'm really pleased to be for a second time as a German guy on your so well-known radio show, Love, Guns and Freedom. Hope today my headset sound will be working a little bit better as last time.
You're doing great. You're doing great, by the way. And as I said, this show for me is the most important thing. Yes, we have also the famous guests or the writers, the authors, whatever. But the most important people are the listeners because you live in a reality that it's real. It is not filtered by the media. And you can verify it. We can all somehow use each other to verify what's going on in this world. And that's why I really encourage everybody out there from any part of the world. This is not just an American show. This is not just a show from Arizona. This is a show about humanity against the New World Order, against the tyrants. So we need each other. And I appreciate your help to be here. Now, today I wanted to go back to something very important. Since the last time we talked, how did the refugee situation, the scenario from Syria has improved or degraded in Germany? What happened? What's happening right now in Germany with this new scenario of thousands of refugees supposedly from Syria? What's going on?
Well, let me try to say it in some sentences. I would say there has been started a great change in awareness of our own population since we had spoken about last time.
Wow, good.
But to put it bluntly, there are just maybe 20% of the refugees from Syria who have the true legitimation to be immigrants from war.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest part of them here is from Africa, Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, a lot from poor Europe countries like Romania, Albania, and so on. They are, you can say, economic immigrants. They want to have a better life and comes with lost or faked passports here beyond the borders. There were just found boxes 1 week ago in Austria with fake passports from Syria.
Mm-hmm.
Other refugees, they have are not from Syria, can get it for $750 to have no problems with legal immigration to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
My only question is this, George. I mean, I understand, a lot of people would like to have a better life. I understand because I was one of them. I left Italy after all. I came to America. But there is a difference, though. When I came to America, I didn't get any dollars or any check from the government. I see in Germany you have I don't want to even use the word amazing because it's terrifying. If I was a taxpayer, I would be so pissed off to see how much money every migrant gets the moment that put his foot in Germany. They get housing, they get checks for welfare. I mean, that's like winning the lottery, seriously. So the difference is I am all for people that would like to come in a country and find their, fulfillment as human beings to become successful, to have a better life. Great. But I see there that the mentality, unfortunately, there are photos of these long lines of fresh migrants, as they want to call them, going straight to the welfare office, the German welfare office, that, this is the most devastating things for a taxpayer to see people that they just came here or came there and they not even start to work. They start collecting checks from your tax dollar while maybe you have in hardship to pay your mortgage. This is insane. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's you have to know, nearly 10,000 of them comes here day by day, every day. You listen right, and lots of them are being not registered by crossing the border.
Mm-hmm.
And some officials say that it absolutely could be that we got lots of soldiers from ISIS among them.
Mm-hmm. No,
Media says that our borders are closed. That's a fake to calm down the citizens. In the past 2 weeks, our police and other agencies are at the end of their forces.
Mm-hmm.
Accordingly, reports of the dire conditions in the refugee centers are increasingly being reported in the media.
Mm.
That was a great, big surprise.
Yeah.
If you can believe.
Yeah, they're hiding. They're hiding. The police is hiding reports of rapes. I mean, this is something that's happening. If you see the photos, most of these refugees, they are not even families. They are young males. Okay, and don't get me wrong. In every culture there is always the idiot out there or the rapist. But when you have a young male coming from a cultural background suppressed and repressed, like the Arab, okay, they don't have regular interactions with women, okay? They live normally in the middle of Middle Ages culture, especially if you follow the religion of Allah. You don't have the chance to interact with a woman normally. So one time you see a blonde, beautiful woman out there, maybe she has a skirt. These bastards, they're like, rabid dogs on speed. That's what they become. Sorry. And that's why you see that they cannot behave. They cannot have a normal interaction with a woman. If the woman says no, I don't even think they ask for a woman to go out. Sometimes they just go out there, and there are many cases being proven. This is not about hate speech. I don't care anyway, whatever people think about it. This is about facts. The highest number now of rapes, it's happening in Sweden. And it's happening thanks to, and I've been sarcastic here, these completely open borders, suicidal government policy to accept all these refugees non-stop from especially Muslim countries. So, did you hear any cases or watching the TV or listening to the radio on the news about raping in your communities or in your areas?
Yes, Luca, I've heard about this issue. Short telling, it's a public shame.
I sent you an article that also I read on Infowars. It was a very good article. Germans who make racist anti-migrant posts could have their children snatched by the state and be fired from their jobs, according to the German Lawyers Association. What do you think about this?
It's not a fake. It's sadly the truth. They really use this tool now to control the situation, because more and more people do recognize that it really happens here in and with this state called Germany. By the way, for all who they are like to know, Germany is not a state; it's an NGO, non-government organization, and all through this fact, all German citizens are stateless. But only the less know this. The ones who they try to cover up this or facts or others getting pressure measures by officials like to snatch their kids. We don't have alone the current problematic with the new invaders in our country. We as Germans got screwed in different ways.
Yeah. No,
it gives a law. It gives a law that the children are the property of state.
Yeah, and I remember there was a case of this family from Germany that they were able to immigrate to California, to America, and they were staying in California, and they were staying under the status of political refugees, because in Germany homeschooling, it's outlawed. You cannot homeschool your children, and this family wanted to, and then of course the Obama administration and the State Department say, okay, now we're gonna send them back. So they were sent back to Germany, and probably their children, didn't follow the story, but I'm sure they were separated by the family. So this is something we must understand. And this is not just Germany, guys. This is also the rest of Europe. Germany is conforming to the European Community mafia laws, okay? That's part of the New World Order. If you go to Italy, it's the same story. Different levels, but not really that different, If you criticize, for example, the religion of peace, and I've been sarcastic here, I use two we, okay? Because it's nothing about peace. In America, I can still say that. I'll give you an example. Brigitte Bardot, the famous actress from France, okay? Or Oriana Fallaci, the famous Italian journalist. Just because they wrote a letter to the editor, criticize in a very polite way. I mean, compared to them, I am like a monster, okay? When I tell you things, I tell you exactly what I think. Oriana Fallaci was so well spoken, and so Brigitte Bardot. Brigitte Bardot was saying that this religion of Muslims coming to France, they are completely destroying the identity and the cultural and taking over France. And that,
Yeah.
using just my words, she did a much more diplomatic way. Guess what? She was sued. She was brought in front of a judge, and at the end of the day, she was forced to pay. She was forced to pay a fine, otherwise going to jail. That's the point. There is no freedom of speech in Europe, Italy included, and Germany is the same. You see, now in Germany, if you speak up against just your opinion, you don't need even to speak up against anybody. You just say your opinion about this invasion. You can get your kids, your children taken, kidnapped by the state, and lose your job. This is sickening. But the worst part, I think, is going to be when you wake up and you're surrounded in your neighborhood where you were living and growing up when you were a child with your friends and family that at least used to speak the same language. And, I am all for diversity, but must be a diversity that you can keep at your home. Because when I am in my house, I eat pasta and I speak Italian if I want. But when I'm in public, I speak English, even with an accent. And if I was in Germany, I would apply myself to speak German. Okay, that's the bottom line. Instead, they take over like roaches, and this is me speaking, not you, because you can get in trouble if you say this stuff in Germany. They take over with their mentality to take over. That's part of their book. They are not coming there to assimilate. I'm sorry, it's a fact. Look around. And they use violence. How many cases of violence now we having because of this new flux of supposed to be immigrants. They are not immigrants. They are violent, most of them. Don't get me wrong. There's some people out there that may be still, but they're cultural. Even the women, they are trained to be, unfortunately, part of this brainwash system. That's the reality. Did you expect any type of violence coming soon to your area, or at least in the big cities where people, start maybe to try to defend themselves, or maybe they've been attacked?
Yes. Some stories I have heard. I personally, being not attacked by anyone, I'm a bit armed for myself if something this way would be happen to me. But of course, especially in the southern area of Germany, you hear a lot about this. Yeah, that child being raped. I know from one just 7-year-old girl, she was being raped by a Muslim in the near of Bavaria, and
And
you can.
and there are many cases, not just in Germany. Like for example, in Denmark, that girl, being beat up brutally with this chain, metal chain, steel chain, and saw her boyfriend just because they were blonde. And then there was, of course, we have situation like in Sweden, this nurse being gang raped by 17 Afghans or whatever they are. I mean, this is more and more. And look at the statistics. We have the statistic of rapes all over Sweden. They're out of control. My point is also another thing, the same times your governments, not just the German, but all European governments, are letting the gates open with all these barbarians getting through the gates. And then you know that unless you're a policeman, or if you are a professional criminal, or you are one of these politicians that anyway they always have protection paid by your tax dollar, you are completely unarmed. You cannot even have a knife on yourself if you walk around town to defend yourself. That's the very sad things. I feel in America we are next. Obama is doing the same, but at least we have one thing that they know. In most of the states, we have the right to protect ourselves, and we can carry that right with us wherever we go without permits, even if we want to, like in Arizona. But so I feel sorry for all of you guys. This is so sad, so sad. I hope we can find a solution. Did you have a chance to look at the Kalergi plan? I mentioned about that a few weeks ago. This New World Order planner in the 1920s, it was from Austria, that he planned all this sort of creation of this new mud race, as he called it. Did you ever remember this Kalergi plan?
I know about.
Good.
Do you know the greatest gag is our Chancellor Merkel? Yes, got a prize 2008 from the Kudenhof Kalergi Foundation. That is a great gag.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you brought it up. I forgot. This is very important. It shows you exactly that all these heads of politicians, like your first minister, she is one part. She's exactly implementing the plan of these globalists, and there was a long-term plan, to destroy every type of sovereignty in any European nations. So that's exactly what they're doing, and she's the perfect puppet. Like Mr. Renzi, the first minister of Italy, is doing exactly the puppet job for them, and the one before him. So unfortunately, it's true. Jorg, I really pray for you, my friend, and I always say, what? If you see things that are very bad, go straight to Mexico. I give you the tip how to come to America without any special visa, because if you come from Germany, you're going to have a lot of rough time. They're not going to let you in, okay? Let me tell you the tip. This is a friendly tip. I'm not giving you legal advices, but I think I got something right here. You go straight to Mexico City, okay, or somewhere around there. Take a nice suntan, okay? Probably you're kind of North European, so get a little bit of a makeup, look a little bit like side of the border. Learn a couple of bad words in Spanish, okay? Then you go straight to the border, okay? Don't worry about anything. Go by foot, buy a pair of new shoes, and walk. Keep walking north. When you go there, and the border patrol, they're gonna see you, and they're gonna probably try to stop you, maybe arrest you. But all you have to say the magic word: I love Obama and I vote Democrat. And boom, they're going to put you on a limousine. They're going to give you a special free meal, happy meal at McDonald's. And then they're going to give you $100 pass, okay, just to get on. And once you go to the big town, they will give you free housing and check and welfare, and also a free lawyer by the ACLU for the permit. And I'm not kidding. I am not kidding, my friend. I had to do visas for my mom, okay, and I'm an American citizen.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I had to go spend dollars and dollars and waiting time. And now I heard that, all the illegals mean that they didn't have a permit. They were taken from especially the Guatemala area, and, the part that Obama did by executive order, this sort of reunion of families. They were flying on our tax dollar, and once they got in America, they also got a lawyer paid by our tax dollar to do the paperwork, and now they got put on top of the line, in front of the line. So this is so disgusting, and this is all for you, supporter of that piece of trash called Obama. If you really believe in equality, if you really believe in immigration, legal immigration, we should all be treated the same. And this is not Luca Zanna being born in Alabama or like a redneck. I was born in Rome, Italy, and I came here legally, and I had to wait years and do what I had to do to be part of this country. Instead, now you are supporting the most unequal, fascistic system of taking over this country. So that's the point. Everybody support Obama is a piece of trash, especially in the immigration issue. And you know what? I'm so proud I'm here and I can say this thing. And let me break some European law right now because I really enjoy this. For example, the Merkel, how do you pronounce in Germany, Merkel?
Merkel?
Your first minister, what is Merkel? How do you say in German?
Our Chancellor. Chancellor?
Yes, Chancellor. Say it right. I want to say it right. Angela Merkel?
Angela Merkel.
Angela Merkel. Okay. You are a piece of trash. Now, you say to me, you're not saying that. I'm saying that. How do you say that in German? You are a piece of trash. I want to say that in German. Please help me out. Okay, just say piece of trash. I'll say the name. Piece of trash. How do you say piece of trash?
Same like a piece of crap.
Yeah, whatever you want to say, piece of crap. Just tell me the German version, and I will put it together.
Ein Stück Scheiße.
Okay, ein Stück Scheiße. Okay, let's do that. You're not gonna break the law. I'm gonna say
a piece of crap.
Yeah.
Ein Stück Scheiße.
Ein Stück Scheiße. Angela Merkel, you are a piece of trash. I can do that in German. Not good, but okay. Let's do a combined effort. Okay, I say the name, and you say the rest in German. Angela Merkel, I know you hear me because you also, by the way, my last YouTube show was outlaw in Germany, was blocked by YouTube. You piece of trash. Angela Merkel, you are, go ahead, say in German.
Ein Stück Scheiße.
Perfect. And you didn't break the law. I said that. So I'll tell you again. Angela Merkel and all the European politicians who support the Kalergi Plan and New World Order, you must have a special place in hell to rot with them. My friend, I really appreciate your help and your input. And if you see any type of, black cars roaming around your apartment or wherever you live, just remember the plan. Straight to the airport, go to Mexico City, then call me and I'll go get you at the frontier, okay?
Okay, I will do. Thanks for this good idea.
I'm not that far from the border. Don't worry. I can organize a pickup truck there, okay? See you there.
That sounds very good.
Thank you, Jorg. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, this is Luca Zanna. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom. And let me tell you, this is true. We are joking around, but that's not really. If you say something like that in Germany, criticizing, like I did, the Italian president, or in this case, that I can say whore. Yes, I can say whore. This is not FCC non-approved. Whore is an English word. This prostitute of the New World Order like Angela Merkel, you go straight to jail. Okay? That's why we're here. We got to exercise this First Amendment. That's why I'm on this radio. And till I have the opportunity to say what I really think, I'll be here. Now, don't go away. We got more guests, and we're going to exercise more our First Amendment. I'm going to squeeze it today. I'm going to do push-ups on one finger. I'm going to show to the rest of the world that in America, even with the old trash that we have in Washington, just because we have our Bill of Rights, and we're here, we exercise it, and we're going to make the difference. We're going to take it back, and I hope we can spread it around the world. I really hope every country, I don't care if you live in Germany, in Sweden, in Scotland, you should have the First Amendment. You should also have the Second Amendment to defend against these bastards, leeches that take over your government. I'm with you, I pray with you, no matter where you are. You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna.
You're listening to Love, Guns, and Freedom with Luca Zanna on United States.fm.